Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well, day or night, whenever you tune in and see this. So I'm just trying to get the best angle for now. Okay, whatever, good enough. It looks a little crooked now. I think my table might be. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right, whatever. I give up. Hopefully, it's not too good for you. And I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. So this is going to be a general reading for water sign Scorpio, fire sign Sagittarius, and earth sign Capricorn. All right, so we are doing a little bit of a different spread that I normally do, but all are welcome, right? Since we all have Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, we all have all 12 zodiac signs throughout our birth chart somewhere. So even if you're not a sun sign, Scorpio or rising Scorpio, or have your moon in Scorpio, or you have your Venus in Scorpio, there still may be a message for you here. So that's why I said everyone is welcome. All right. So I pulled all of the cards here. I'm going to get into it in just a moment. But yeah, I'm going to, after we do a little sound bell, set the timer for 15 minutes. I'm going to try to do, yeah, sorry guys. I'm going to try to do 15 minutes for each line, and then after the live, I will be posting timestamps in the comments and in the description box below. All right, so what did I want to talk about real quickly is I will still be taking a picture. If you're new here, of course, welcome, and even if you're not back, right, but I always take a picture of each sign, and then I post it later at the cards more up close in detail. What else? Yes, all the readings are general, right? So it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. All readings are timeless too. So meaning for some people, it could, as an example, resonate like, let's say 3 months ago in the past or 3 months in the future, or more months either side, right? Future or past. Or it may resonate during the official title of the video. So let's say from April 20th to about May 20th. So since it is a general reading for lots of different people, that's why that's why it may resonate differently for everybody. I feel like there was something else I was going to mention. What was I going to mention? Well, we'll talk about the breakdown of these 4 weeks coming up, or time period that we're talking about. Even though this video we're doing on today's the 28th, we will go a little bit back in time for that first week for April 20th through the 26th. Okay, but that's not what I was going to say. There was something else I was going to say, but I can't think of it right now, so it'll come to me hopefully later if it was really important. So let's go ahead and get into the sound bell here. So this is good for some grounding, for healing, for the reading, for myself and for you guys. So just be aware if you're sensitive to loud sounds, sometimes it does get a little loud. Trying to get all the dog and cat hair out of there. Yeah, if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out whenever, or you can just kind of relax and listen, whatever feels good for you. All right. All right, guys. I'll just put it over here. So yeah. Oh, I think I kind of remember what I was going to say. So yes, if you like this video, feel free to like it. Not only does it tell me that you resonate with it later, of course, watch it first, right? But also it shares it. It's a free way to help sharing it with others here on my channel. Since YouTube does their algorithm thing, I think it's in the first couple hours of you posting. So I usually say it at the end just because I forget to say it and I hate all that self-promotion stuff, but you know, it is necessary. We have to do it. So anyway, if you do like this video, you don't have to, of course, and you want to share it with others, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And also, if you want to, of course, you can share the link with others. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you find out later that you're liking what's going on here on my channel, you can subscribe. Of course, those things are all free. All you have to do is click on the bell icon on the bottom right and make sure it's blue and it's active. Okay, so all that being said, let's get into it here, Scorpio. So like I said, we're doing a little bit of a different spread this time just to switch it up. Okay, so we're going to talk about the first 4 cards here in a row. Then we'll talk about your confirmation card, and we're always going to talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck. And at the very end, we just have 1 oracle card this time. All right, so let's go ahead and call out your cards. So we have the King of Staves in the right side up position, also known as King of Wands, right side up. We have the 9 of Sacred Circles or 9 of Pentacles, right side up, the 8 of Swords, right side up, and the Judgment card, right side up. Okay, and then we'll get into the other ones as it follows. But the breakdown of why I keep looking at this paper basically is we were going to do how I did the last couple of signs for so far for this series, is that each one of these cards in the main 4 is corresponding to a week. So the first one is from April 20th to the 26th, right? Then we have the second week in card 2, which would be April 27th through May 3rd. The third week in the third card would be May 4th through about May 10th. And then the last one is a little bit more than 7 days. I think it's like 10 days, but whatever, right? It's not exact. So this last 4th card would be from about May 11th through May 20th. Okay, and it is general because it's a general reading, so it won't be exact for everybody, of course. It's just kind of to keep an idea if that's something that you're into. All right. So yes, let's see what we have here. You know, when we talk about the first card, and of course, you know, throughout the whole reading, there can be energy from the recent past. And what does that mean? It will be different for everybody, but it could be a couple of days ago, a couple hours, minutes, months, years, etc. Okay, but we talk about it in particular with the first card just because that's where we're starting off. So we're picking up stuff from the past a little bit too. All right, but it doesn't have to be. So your first card here, Scorpio, is really nice. It's the King of Staves, also known as the King of Wands. And here we have a little bit of the fire elements of the fire zodiac signs. So we have, it could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, right? One of those signs is represented in this card, right? We have all the fiery energy. We have the lions here, right? Hopefully you can see that when the camera focuses. All right. And so, you know, just mentioning the zodiac signs, but it's not a big deal if it doesn't resonate that part exactly. But basically here, this is this confident king, right? He's in a position of authority. He's a king, okay? So he's got a lot of people supporting him, and he also tries to support them if he's a good king, right? So he has a lot of delegating tasks and also being confident and listening to others when they come in and try to maybe help him with the political stuff as an example, right? But really it's about stepping into power. Okay, so this could be you here, Scorpio, or someone in your environment, someone you're dealing with, if it's one person or multiple people. General environment situation. It could also have something to do with the collective unconscious, of course, but also the astrology of this time period. So I believe the only thing that we really have coming up from about April 20th to May 20th, as far as Scorpio placements, is we do have tomorrow, right? Yes. No. Yes. Tomorrow's the 29th for me here anyway. So on the 29th, we have Pluto is going retrograde. Pluto is your ruler, of course, right? Eighth house, Scorpio. So this could be another kind of thing that we're going to talk about throughout your reading here. But there is also some Pisces energy here when we talk about other signs. What else do we have? You really only have one major arcana here so far, and that doesn't surprise me, right? Because we have less cards this time. But I feel like you, Scorpio, maybe not every reading, but you tend to always at some point get the Judgment card. You and kind of Sagittarius. So that could be like a reoccurring theme for some people. When we get to that card, I'll talk about it. But anyway, with this King of Staves, with the King of Wands, right, the wands represent our defense systems, right? But in this position, it's good. So it could be that you find yourself here, Scorpio, where you're not blocking your abundance, or the person you're dealing with is not blocking your abundance. They have enough defenses to protect themselves, but also not to appear weak. Okay, but really, it's somebody coming into their power. And since it is a general reading, right? Let's say if we're talking about areas of money, of course, right? Work, career, love, all that stuff, health, right? If you were, let's say, in a position, like for an example, an entry level position, or you were a manager. Now, when you see the king, if previously you had, let's say, a prince or a knight or even a page, now you're rising up to that next level in one of those areas of your life. If it applies, but it doesn't necessarily have to, okay? Because we're just kind of talking about as an example here, okay? But there is leveling up going on, because when we get to your second card, which is the week we're in now, right? April 27th through about May 3rd or so, we have the Nine of Sacred Circles, or Nine of Pentacles right side up. So it's 9, almost 10, right? 10 being completion number in the tarot. So it's endings and new beginnings right around the corner. But here you see this Native American woman, right? And she's burning some kind of sacred herb here. She's got the drums. But what's really important, and you always see in the Nine of Pentacles cards and even in other decks, right, is that falcon. So that represents that skill, determination, and focus. So she's using all of her years of experience, whether it's an age thing or not, right? It's just a metaphor in the card that she appears like a grandmother, but she's using all of her experience, whatever that may be, right, to continue to manifest whatever it is that she wants to manifest, or you want to manifest in your life, right? It's not about gender, just an example in the card. So here, when we talk about pentacles, because sacred circles are also pentacles, of course, that could be money and abundance, but that's whatever it is you want to manifest in your life beyond money, right? Okay. But when you put those two together, these are both, like royalty cards. They're both higher up, higher level positions, or confidence, or moving forward. They both also symbolize progression, forward momentum, all of those things. Okay. Now, as we move forward to your third card, there is a little bit, I would say this is like, well, it depends, right, since it's a general reading, but it's a little bit of an energetic blockage, or I would like to say a gentle reminder, right? So it's not the end of the world, but we do have here the Eight of Swords in the right side up position. And this is for about May 4th through about May 10th or so, okay? So anytime we see the swords in the tarot, that represents our intellect, our logical mind, and they're going downwards. We want the swords to go up, right? But here they're going down. So here you see this Japanese woman, and she is aware of what the swords represent. So that could be anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in your head or in their head, vice versa, etc. But she sees the water in the background. So the water represents our emotions in the tarot. So she maybe possibly knows either I'm being too emotional, or the other person is, or they're not the right emotions to help me with this. I'm clouded by the emotions, so I can't see these other things clearly enough. So she's fanning herself, and she's like thinking about, what her next steps are going to be, but she's still really struggling here. So this is kind of where we're going to talk about like what's on the top and the bottom of each of these decks, right? Since we're using two different decks, okay? To go a little bit in the past, okay? So these are more recent, current energies, possibilities, right? And this would be past energies, recent past or way, way back, further than that, whatever that means for you, okay? So on the first deck that we're using here is the 10 of Wands in the right side up position was on the top, and the 8 of Cups in the right side of position was on the bottom, okay? So here we have something that definitely, when I was talking about with your first card, as far as the King of Staves, right? The leveling up, and also with the 9 of Sacred Circles, it's like in the recent past or the way back past, whatever that means for you, a couple of days ago, hours, months, weeks, years, etc., right? Somebody was perhaps ready for an ending and a new beginning. Here we have the 10, here's the 9, and here's the King, right? So it's kind of hinting at all this leveling up in one area of your life or multiple areas of your life. And that could be because this process happened or started to happen for you here, Scorpio, the other person that you're dealing with, general environment situation in the past in some way. Now here, with the 8 of Cups right side up, it's almost like because anytime we have endings and new beginnings, right, we want to reassess, or sometimes we just tend to do it without even planning to do it, right? Like, what are my new goals? How do I move forward? All that stuff, right? So with this 8 of Cups here in the right side up position, somebody perhaps in the past, took a break, whether it was socially or mentally or energetically or all those things, to figure out what's in their cups. So the cups in the tarot, just like the water, represent our emotions. So what makes me emotionally happy? What makes me emotionally fulfilled, content? What are my emotional boundaries, priorities, all of those things. And so when you put those together, it definitely can, kind of explain why in some ways this 8 of Swords is in the right side up position, because maybe somebody is still trying to figure out their emotions, right? Just like the water behind here in the Japanese woman, and then the one over here behind this woman in the 8 Cups. So it could just be there was some healing around those emotional questions in some way, or the emotions in general, but maybe it wasn't all the way healed. So perhaps something happens here, Scorpio, around May 4th through the 10th or whatever, right? Not exact, that maybe triggers this healing that wasn't finished for you here or for the other person. But it will be, different a little bit for everybody. Now, speaking of also what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck with that 8 of Swords, and now you have 2 other Swords cards. So this is again energy from the past, recent past, or way back past, whatever that means for you, a couple days ago, months, years, etc. We have this time the Princess of Swords in the right side up position on the top, and the 7 of Swords in the reverse position on the bottom. Okay, so all 3 swords together here. Excuse me. So when we see, on one hand, it's interesting. It's like, because remember this over here is also from the past. So if you put both of the tops together from each deck, the 10 of Wands and the Princess of Swords right side up, in the past, somebody here was about to have an ending and a new beginning. Her here, she has her sword in the sheath, in the sword cover, whatever it's called, right? So it's not up or down. It's kind of neutral, like hanging on her waist there. But we see the sun in the background and the water. So the sun in the tarot represents enlightenment, spiritual downloads, revelations. Oh, now I finally understand something. So here she is meditating on, the ways that you can use the sword and the wands, right, as a tool or a weapon. So it's almost like this person or this energy, if it's not necessarily you here, Scorpio, in the past, really did want to have that new beginning and was possibly excited and learning to balance their mind in a healthy way with also their emotions, so their heart chakra and their crown chakra here. But then again, when you show both of the cards, what was on the bottom of each deck, right? We have the 8 of Cups that we already talked about right side up, and now the 7 of Swords in reverse. So, I would say for some people, the 7 of Swords in reverse can be a good thing if there was gossip in the past, or people not appreciating or knowing how much you put into something, your effort or work into something, whether it's your job, career, romantic relationship, platonic relationships with friends or family, whatever it is, right? So for some people, it could be a good thing when the Seven of Swords is in the reverse position, okay? And then for the other group, it could be that, well, I guess it could be, it's probably good for both, actually. I take that back, because with the Seven of Swords in reverse, if he was right side up, right, just if you're watching and not listening, he's holding all these swords, even though he won them fair and square at this carnival, this festival, right? He's still being overly defensive. He can give some out, he can put some down, he doesn't need to carry all of them. It's a little bit, right, of the defensive, showy energy for some. But when it's reversed, it's like somebody's letting those defenses down, or they started to let those defenses down in some way in the recent past or the way back past. So yeah, I mean, I guess, like I said, I take it back. I think that they both are, pretty positive, but it still doesn't explain why. It's like, if we count the Seven of Swords in reverse to then the future, current, present energies of the Eight of Swords right side up, it's in order, but not, it's a little bit of back and forth. Here we see progress. Yes, right on the bell there. Here we see progress, and here it's still a little bit of that energetic blockage or stagnant energy. So, like I said, it could just be that the wound, the emotional wound, or the emotions, somebody's emotions here, wasn't all the way healed in some way. There's some other aspect or something to look at here, or reassess, reevaluate, something like this, okay? But let's keep going forward, because I know the bell rang and I'm already like, okay, I'm going to try to stick to the 15 minutes. So now we have your fourth card in the center here. So this could be from around May 11th through May 20th or so, right? But this is that Judgment card we were talking about before, that sometimes tends to show up in your reading, Scorpio, or even in Sagittarius sometimes too. But basically, when the Judgment card comes right side up, it's just what I was just talking about. Do I want to reassess something, rework something, revisit something from the past, right? Is it worth it? Do I have the same goals that I did before? Am I the same person that I was before? All of those things. So normally when you see the Judgment card, it's people being called to rise up out of their graves. It's like the traditional Bible story of, if you're a good person, then you get to be reborn and go to heaven and have new life and all that, okay? But here in this deck, it's shown a little bit differently. You do kind of have, there's like a bed in the background, and then this kind of abstract stairs, right? So it could be, yes, I want to revisit something, I want to restart something, I'm going to rise up and try again the same way I did before, the same path, the same, something the same, right? But then on the shadow side of the Judgment card, not for everybody, but for some, is if there was a judgment, a ruling, right? A judgment is a ruling too, of, if we talk about the Bible scene, right? So the angels are judging and God is judging. You don't have to be religious. It's just an example, or you don't have to be into the Bible. You could be many different religions, right? But it's just an example, or maybe you're atheist, whatever. But the angels and the God are judging them. So then they're like, you're a good person, you can come out, right? Or you can come out of your grave and be reborn, revisited. So when the Judgment card shows up here too, if it's not about revisiting something, or questioning whether you should or they should, or vice versa, etc., it could also be that if a judgment didn't go in your favor here, Scorpio, or the other person's favor, or multiple people's favor, it says don't take it to the extreme where there could be like some self-destructive energies. Here you see the woman at the top, right? And she's punching her, she's punching the mirror, okay? She's punching the reflection of herself because she's so angry at perhaps something that happened, this judgment call that was made. Okay, so when I said before that it could be for some good or bad, right? It's kind of the same way with the Judgment card here, but Let's go ahead and do your confirmation card and your little oracle card and see like what else comes out and how we feel about it. But yeah, basically we're doing just one confirmation card this time. So this one card is going to confirm all these cards here, right? So that 4-week period. So here we have actually the Knight of Swords in the reverse position as your confirmation card. So this is kind of telling me that Scorpio, there was or is, right, depending on when you're watching, a little bit of, let's say, an offer or communication that didn't come through or wasn't well received, right, with even just the Judgment card, or wasn't understood in some way, or it was just plain up like put on hold and didn't happen. Because normally when that Knight of Swords is right side up, he's going to come forward and make some type of offer. So when we say offer communication, it could be that in the recent past you were going to give you were to communicate with someone, or someone was going to communicate with you about something, or it could have been a communication or opportunity from the universe, your spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, what have you. Okay, but again, when it's in the reverse position, it could have, caused the reverse effect that you wanted, or they wanted, or in general the universe wanted, right? Where instead of the sword, if it was right side up, bringing mental clarity and cutting through all the stuff that takes away from the truth of something, right? Truth, judgment, the sword, right? Instead, it kind of had the opposite effect, where it brought more possibly anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in the head and only thinking with the logical mind and not also the heart chakra and the whole body and all those things. So this, I feel that it could be, for some, basically, trying to think of the right way to say it. No, I said it wrong. Sorry, it's been a few days since I did this series of readings. I thought that this confirmation card was supposed to be from the recent past, but I don't think that's how I did it before. I think this is actually supposed to be future current possibilities coming up, right? So that kind of changes the way I look at it, okay? Maybe I said it like that for somebody here that maybe it was from the past, but generally I think the way I was doing it was this was supposed to be future, current, present energies. So, it still kind of stands though what I said, right? So when you put it with the Judgment card, if it's a past or future opportunity that doesn't come through, or didn't happen, or wasn't well received or understood in some way, you wanted mental clarity, or they did, and it kind of gave the opposite. I would say just give it time, Scorpio, because it still feels a little bit, for me, that there could be good things about the Judgment card, and then also not so good things. So not only do you want to revisit something, restart something, renew something, maybe some of you are like, no, and that's fine. But it could also be bringing up something about, because she's punching the mirror, right? So it's not necessarily ego in this card. It could be about just bringing the lesson on how do you react to things when they don't go necessarily your way, or how does the other person react to things when it doesn't necessarily go their way. And does that mean that maybe possibly it just wasn't the right time, and to be a little patient and maybe try again? Or yeah, I mean, it will be different for everybody. So anyway, let's get to your oracle card, because I know I was like talking way longer than I was supposed to, but it's the way it's supposed to happen. All right. So Scorpio, for your oracle card for this time period, you got the Rumi oracle card, the Courage of Your Love, card number 38, and you see these two people here, and there's like a beam coming from them and going to this kind of orb thing in the middle, and it's pretty abstract. It looks like a watercolor. But this is the Rumi or Remy Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. And so he was a 13th century Persian poet. And so she coupled some of his short poems with these little cards. So I'll go ahead and read the poem really quickly and just the meditation, but not the whole thing. All right. Okay. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. Oh my God, so funny. Sorry, that's not the end of the poem, but judgment was like in the second little thing there. Judgment. All right. Let's see what else it says. Okay, so love is like the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. I do not bleat at you like a sheep. Oh, bleat. Okay. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from your slumber. I need to roar like a lion. You must awaken, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and though at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You will become aware and grateful to have been thus awoken. Ah, yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. You fear me no more. You thank me. You jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride a wild mount. You roar then, along with me, awakening the others as we cause the ground to rumble, disturbing those even in their deepest slumber. You, like me, are a fierce lion, not a lamb to be led to so many slaughters. The variety of and the opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. Oh, that's really how it ends? Okay, let me read that last part again because it was like a run-on sentence and I didn't really. You, like me, are a fierce lion, not a lamb, to be led to so many slaughters, the variety of and the opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. Okay, I feel like that is a weird place to end it, but that's how it is. Okay, but there were still some cool parts about it for sure, right? So let's see what the meditation says. If you want to get into the energy of this card or this lesson to reflect on, right? So it says, excuse me, thought I was going to sneeze. Say aloud, I call on Rumi, lion of love, and my own wise higher self. I now choose to assert the dignity of my soul and the power of my heart. I release all lesser bonds based in fear and deception. I no longer need to hold on to these. I am ready for truth, and with unconditional love, I am supported, protected, and guided on my path to victory. Held in guardianship by the unending power of love. So be it. Okay, and then it says, if you feel the need to get down on all fours and roar like a lion a bit, then do that. Okay, so that is the little meditation there, Scorpio. So that's pretty funny. So that's your reading, Scorpio. We're going to move right along to Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius. So let's see here. We're going to do a bunch of shuffling and some good stuff here. So just be patient with me for a second. We did Scorpio, and then Capricorn's over there. Where's this deck? Ah, here it is. I was like, I knew I'm missing something. Okay. So again, I hope everyone's doing well, and we're going to get into Sagittarius and do some shuffling. and all sorts of cutting of the deck and my fish pond and all that stuff. Okay. Oops, I didn't do it that way. That doesn't matter. We're going to do shuffling, so it don't matter. Okay. So let's go ahead and just refocus here. Take a deep breath. Okay. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius for May 20th through April 20th, for April 20th through May 20th. What does Sagittarius, fire sign Sagittarius, the archer, need to see, touch, taste, smell, know for the highest vibration? What does Sagittarius need to know? What does fire sign Sagittarius see, touch, taste, smell, know for the highest vibration? Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. No! Oh my God, you guys, it's the same card. That is weird. If it comes out again, I'll take it. But I used my fanning powder last time, guys. It's stuff you can get. They use in Vegas and card playing, not just in Vegas, but wherever people gamble. So to make sure that the cards don't stick together, you can still see some of it on my table. It's like this white powder stuff here. Guys, see, I used it. Okay. So that could be another message for Sagittarius, but let's see if it comes out again. Okay. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius for April 20th through May 20th. What do they need to see, need to know for their highest vibration, Sagittarius? Okay, we got another one. Let me just make sure you will show the way. Okay, so Spirit said yes, they want this card. So I'll show it to you at the end, of course, but let's keep shuffling. Yes, all right. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius for April 20th to May 20th, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to see, taste, smell for the highest vibration? Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. April 20th through May 20th, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh, all right. Messages for Sagittarius for April 20th through May 20th. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Sagittarius for their highest vibration. All right. Let's make a little fish pond. Oops. Everything is in my way. Hold on. Okay. All right, guys. Messages for Sagittarius. I'm picking 4 cards only. Reminding myself. Okay. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius, the archer. For April 20th through May 20th, what do they need to see? Yeah. What do they need to know? Fire sign, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Okay. So then we do top, bottom. Okay, let me just confirm they want these reversals. Yes or no? Spirits, do you want this King of Sacred Circles in reverse position to be the second tarot card for the Sagittarius reading? No? Okay. And Spirits, do you want the Ace of Cups in the reverse position to be the third tarot card for the Sagittarius reading? Yes. Okay, they want that one. And Spirits, do you want the Seven of Staves in the reverse position to be what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for the Scorpio reading? I mean, Sagittarius reading. Sorry, guys. Okay. So yeah, they want these cards. So very good. We move on to the other cards. I put these up here for a moment. Okay. Spirits, messages for fire sign Sagittarius, April 20th to May 20th, Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius, April 20th to May 20th, Sagittarius. These are a little harder to shuffle, but we're going to get it done. Sagittarius. What messages for Sagittarius? April 20th through May 20th. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Sagittarius. Right. Messages for Sagittarius. We're only taking one card this time. And then what's on the top and the bottom. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? April 20th through May 20th. Okay. That's what you want. All right. So top and bottom. All right. Let's bring all these guys down here. Make sure I don't confuse myself. Yes. Okay. So these go down here. And don't worry, guys. I took the, oh, that light looks so pretty. That's weird. It's like, oh, you guys can see that. I don't think that's ever happened before, but good times. Hopefully you can still see me when I pull the cards up. But yeah, I took the picture for Scorpio earlier before I went on the live. So what I'll do right here is I put the little Sagittarius. I'll take a quick picture and get started. Okay. All right. So we have that. Okay. So Sagittarius. Let's do a quick sound bell and get into it for you here. I should have done it in the beginning, but I mean, we did it for Scorpio, but it's all good. Divine timing. Okay. That light is so pretty, guys. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Okay. All right, guys. Sagittarius. Okay. It's funny because I'm Sagittarius. Or I'm a sun sign Sagittarius. Anyway. All right. So we are doing a different spread this time, right? We're going to try to stick to 15 minutes. I'm going to try my best, right? So we are going to talk about these first 4 cards going this way. And I will take a picture. I just did. I'll post it at the end of the live if you want to see it more up close. And all that good stuff. Is this distracting, guys, too much? That doesn't help. Hold on, let's see. It looks so pretty, though. I'm like, just a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Hopefully. Okay. All right. I wanted to keep it, but like I said, it is just distracting. So anyway, Sagittarius, welcome, right? Welcome to everyone who just coming in. I will be putting timestamps later in the reading. So each one of these cards, the 4 in the center here, is going to correspond to a week or so time period. So the first one is April 20th through April 26th. The second one is April 27th through May 3rd, so the time we're in now, right? And then the third one is from about May 4th through May 10th. None of these are exact, they're just examples. And then the fourth one is from May 11th through about May 20th. Okay. And then we'll also talk about, right, what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, your confirmation card, and your oracle card. All right. So again, all are welcome, even if you're not a sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, or have your Venus in Sagittarius. Everyone has Sagittarius somewhere in their chart, so all are welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and call out your cards. You have the High Priestess here, Sagittarius, the King of Sacred Circles, or the King of Pentacles, right side up, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Sacred Circles, or Two of Pentacles, right side up. And then we'll talk about the other ones in a little bit. Oh, yes, and set my timer there. Okay, so this High Priestess energy that we have here, excuse me, Sagittarius, is a little bit of Pisces energy and also possibly Scorpio. So that could have something to do with the Pluto retrograde that's happening tomorrow. Or it could be you're dealing with a Scorpio or a Pisces, or you have a lot of that in your chart, or they do, vice versa, etc. Or it means nothing to you at all. But when we start off your reading here with Sagittarius with the High Priestess, it's almost like you could be feeling very intuitive at this time, or even more intuitive than normal, or the people that you're dealing with, or one person, or general environment situation. Okay, and so this is about last week, basically, right? Depending on when you're watching this, from April 20th through April 26th. Okay, but she is about knowledge of self, secret knowledge, the occult, right? She's holding the scrolls here, but it's really about the secrets of the self and how can I listen to my inner guidance system to make the best decisions for me, all of those things. Okay. So when this shows up here too, since it is your first card, Sagittarius, it could be that this is an energy that you started to develop in yourself in the recent past in some way, and it's still kind of trickling into the reading here and now. So the recent past will be different for everybody. It could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., hours, seconds, okay, whatever it is. But it's very supportive of your next card, and that could be the energy that we're in now, right? That second week of April 27th through about May 3rd or so, right? With the King of Sacred Circles right side up, right? He can't be a king or in a position of authority, of ruling over others, being responsible for others, right? All those things, if he didn't have his intuition and have the High Priestess here. Okay, so the High Priestess is almost, she's not a queen per se, but let's say she is a priestess. Maybe she's giving counsel and advice and guidance to the king about something, right? So it's like whether you're accepting guidance from others or you're helping give guidance to others here, Sagittarius, it is very supportive and complimentary. Okay, now here we see in the background of this card, if you're watching and not just listening, that lightning strike. Okay, and that's actually from the Tower card, right? So the lightning in the tarot represents spiritual enlightenment, downloads, spiritual downloads, revelations, insight to be like, oh, now I finally understand something, I finally see. Okay, so when we have that King of Sacred Circles here, also known as King of Pentacles, it's somebody, whether you're in a leadership role or not, it could just be being more confident, stepping into your power, but also in particular in this deck, he's about passing on the oral traditions to the younger generations, passing on stories, right? So maybe he has something to say here to somebody who is younger, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be in age, but something again where either you are giving counsel to someone or someone's giving counsel to you, or it's just about your intuition really coming in here and supporting you even more than normal along with other people. It will be different kind of for everybody, but I feel like these first 2 weeks are really nice here, Sagittarius. All right, now moving forward though, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse position as your third card. And this is basically, we could say, an energetic blockage or a little bit of a gentle reminder, right? Where perhaps somebody or some energy or person, right, is feeling not in positive emotional place, or there's still something that hasn't been revealed about your emotions or someone else's emotions or multiple people's emotions, right? With the Ace of Cups in the reverse position. It also could be that you feel here, Sagittarius, that this is not the right time for something, or it's not quite that new beginnings energy if the Ace of Cups was right side up, right? So that would be new beginnings, fresh start energy. Your cup is literally runneth over here, but here, when we talk about all the water in the tarot, that's the emotions, and also the cup in general is the emotions in the tarot. So it could be that somebody is feeling a little bit of it's not the right time for something, or they're overwhelmed with some emotions that come up here. So let's go ahead and break down real quickly what's on the top and the bottom of each of these decks here for you. So this is, again, energy from either the recent past or the way back past, further back than that, okay? So what we have is the Queen of Swords in the right side up position on one deck, in one deck here, and then we have the Seven of Staves or Seven of Wands in the reverse position here, Sagittarius, okay? So we're talking about in relation to, right, that Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's like on one hand, in the past, in some way here, Sagittarius, why I said it like that, there is mental clarity, right? The Queen of Swords, her sword is right side up. She is a position of authority or a leader, right? Stepping into her power, but also she's very humble, okay? Or it's a reminder to be humble in the past. Maybe you are helping someone remind themselves to be humble, or just yourself, okay? But even though that's a really good progress and forward momentum, right, in the past with the Queen of Swords right side up, then on the other hand, with the Seven of Staves in the reverse position, or Seven of Wands in reverse, it was like you were coming into some type of initiation. It could be spiritual, but it doesn't have to be, right? It could be a next level up of something in the recent past, or the way back past here. But because it's in reverse, it didn't happen. It was stopped, okay? And here, this is stopped, right? So if you look at just even these two cards together, they're both stagnant energy, or a gentle reminder, as I like to say, okay, of being like, what's going on here, okay? And again, if it could, oh, this goes here. If it was just about the Ace of Cups in reverse, about someone feeling like it's not the right time for something, not the right time for the initiation per se in the past, or the new beginning in this future, current, present energies, it could just be a matter of just clearing up something emotionally, and then you can have that new beginning or that fresh start energy that you're looking for. Now, when we look at the other deck here, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse position on the top, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse position on the bottom. And again, this is energy from the past in some way. So here it could be that you were not feeling supported, or someone around you wasn't feeling supported, the general environment energy here, Sagittarius, and possibly a celebration was put on hold. It could also have been in the past that somebody's defenses were put down, right? Somebody decided it's not worth me protecting this thing, this person, hopefully not the person, right? But, well, maybe, right, if you don't want to be in a negative environment, right? But hopefully it's, anyway. I just meant if you need to protect somebody and it's like a tropical storm or something, like invite the other person, and that's what I was thinking, but that's really random. So anyway, back to what we were saying is that with the Six of Wands in the reverse position, somebody put their defenses down in the past, and they thought that it would coincide or happen, or maybe it did happen like this in the past, where if they put their defenses down, if they gave up on having a celebration or more support, they also put down their anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in their head. So maybe here, Sagittarius, you thought that those things had to happen together at the same time. Like if I give up on hope and celebration, if I put my defenses down and not keep putting walls up, then I'll also get rid of the stress. But it's still not right, right? Because it's like just because a celebration is put on hold or doesn't happen, or just because you don't feel at that particular time that you are supported by your support system, your friends, family, romantic partner, mental health care worker, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that it won't come back again, right? It could just be that the timing is off in some way. All right, so moving forward, your fourth card here is that Two of Sacred Circles right side up, or Two of Pentacles right side up, and that's that fourth week. So from about May 11th through the 20th or so, right? Again, not exact. We have this energy of that Drake song, right? Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Okay, it's a Two of Pentacles, a Two of Sacred Circles. So it's not a 5 or a 6 or a 10, right, being the highest. It's a 2, but it's not a 1 either. So it's like, okay, I might have to put in a lot more effort and work into something, but I'm building. I'm planning my abundance. Okay. I'm planning my abundance, excuse me, whether it's working on my health, working on my career, working on my love, all those things, right? So it's starting somewhere. And here we see this Native American man, and he's calling to the bear spirit to help him with his power, with his courage. Okay. So how does the bear survive the harsh winters? How do you hibernate? How do you conserve your energy? How do you conserve your resources, your sacred circles, your pentacles, your money? How do you conserve your energy, your health? How do you conserve your love where you're not overgiving love and still having enough for you? All those things here coming up. So I don't see that as a bad thing at all here, Sagittarius. I feel like it is also a balance, right? And if you turn the card on the side too, you see that infinity symbol. Okay, so again, talking about it never ends. Energy is only recreated, well, yeah, it's recycled, right? It's gone into another source. So it's really like, even if you have to stack your abundance here and work really hard and start from the bottom, it's going to be worth it, because what's meant for you is always meant for you, even if it takes a little bit longer, right? That energy is going to circle back to you at some point in time, okay? So if you're into spirit animals and that kind of thing, look even more into like what the bear symbolizes if you want even more insight there. But I do see really good things. So moving forward real quickly, your confirmation card, which is for more of the future, current, present energies, is literally the 10 of Pentacles in the right side up position. So you go from like even just looking at these two, the Two of Pentacles or Two of Sacred Circles, as it's known in this deck, to now the 10 of Pentacles over here. So this is kind of already just confirming, keep on your path here, Sagittarius, whatever it is you're manifesting in your life, it will come. And yeah, I feel like that just that one small energetic blockage there that we talked about before is really all that could be holding you back here. But again, if you keep with your intuition, your inner guidance system, what is your gut reaction to things? What is your inner knowing telling you? How can you share that with others, vice versa? How can you realize that if you get rid of all of your stresses and put all your defenses down and not care about something, then you're also going to maybe perhaps lose out on right, those celebrations and supportive energy. So it's kind of like finding a balance again with the Two of Pentacles. It's all about juggling energy. It's about the infinity symbol, okay? Finding a balance and juggling those things. So then you can get to the 10 of Pentacles right side up here. All right, real quickly, because I'm trying to stay to that 15-minute mark, but it doesn't always work. Let's talk about your Oracle card here, Sagittarius. So this one's really pretty. I don't think I've seen this one yet. But anyway, your Remy or Rumi, depending on how you like to pronounce it, Oracle card for this time period is number 33. And it says, you who show the way. And it looks almost like an ocean or some mountains here, and then some kind of light at the end, okay? So Rumi is, or Remy, depending on how you pronounce it, a 13th century poet. And so Elena Fairchild took some of his shorter poems and coupled it with this artist, and they made these oracle cards. So I thought they were really pretty. So yes, let's read this real quickly and see what it says. All right. So, the logical mind runs away from drowning. Lovers accept drowning in the sea as their destiny. The logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort in life. Lovers are forced beyond their own comfort. I have looked to you in my darkest moments, searched for you as though fumbling for the candle and matches during an unexpected and intermitable blackout. I am the ship at sea, seeing you as my guiding light. Nay, I am the sea, rising up to the horizon beyond, because I yearn to be closer to you. Sorry. Then, oh, to my greatest relief, you rise like a phoenix from the ocean, casting hollowed golden light all around you. This great blazing angel of holy fire. In a sweet instant, my soul rests in your presence. The sea becomes calm, the darkness abates. Your light reveals truth, and through your living presence, I know my true self again. I am what you are. Even when it appears I am returning after being lost in the darkness. As though I could never be extinguished, I am divine light, I am you, I am a living sun. Wow, that's so pretty. Okay, let's see what the meditation says real quickly if you want to get into the energy of this card. So it says, place your hands on your heart and say, the divine who loves me unconditionally blesses me now with such grace that my life aligns with divine order and all becomes golden, blessed and mercifully held in the compassionate consciousness of the Creator. Oh, guys, remember when the window was open? The sun's gone now, right? But the sun was coming in. You're reading. And remember I said like that never happens, and it created these little rays of light? It was supposed to happen, y'all. Okay. Anyway, back to where we were. Yes. I thank you for the courage and faith I have needed to endure the night, and I now celebrate the coming dawn. Remember, don't push away the celebrations. Okay, sorry, I'm going to read this without stopping. I'm going to try. Yes, and I now celebrate the coming dawn. I see it breaking, I see its light, and I thank you for this mercy. With Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I am now shown the way to the dawn. It's at my feet, and together we step into the gift of a new day, so be it. If you have a specific issue you would like addressed, hand it over to the Divine Beloved by now talking about it, just as if you were having a communication with your oldest and dearest friend for exactly what will be taking place. Then when you have experienced or explained your feelings, your doubts and fears, let it go and know that this situation is held in the grace of the great beloved. You have now completed your sacred honoring ritual. Okay, that was so pretty. So hopefully you got something from that, Sagittarius. I am going to have to leave, guys. I'm going to take Capricorn out of the title of this, and I'll probably come back in about an hour or so, hopefully before then, and we'll pick up from Capricorn. And also do Aquarius and Pisces, and I think we have Aries left too. So try to get all of them a little bit. But I forgot I have to do a phone call at this time. So anyway, thank you guys so much as always for your likes and your shares and your subscriptions. All great free ways to help support the channel. And again, I will be posting this picture a little bit later too of all the cards for each sign up close if you want to check it out. All you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there. So anyway, I'll be back, guys. All right, take care. Bye.